Hey everyone, it's John. Welcome to the channel where I talk about lots of different topics in clear, natural English, and then you are tested on your listening. It is still raining. I hope the sound isn't too distracting for you. Let's go somewhere nice. Let's go to Halong Bay. We are starting right now. So for those who don't know, Halong Bay is a collection of islands along the coast of Vietnam, kind of close to Hanoi, but still kind of far. Now, I'm not pronouncing this right, I apologize, but the Ha from Halong means descending, falling, and the Long meaning dragon, so descending dragons. If you look at the shape of these islands, you could kind of imagine a dragon coming. So when my wife and I went to Halong Bay, we were staying in Hanoi. On a map, it might look pretty close, but it's actually very far. If you take a bus, which is the common way to go from Hanoi to the Halong Bay, it takes about 4 to 5 hours. And the bus is fine, I would recommend it, but not if you're trying to go to Halong Bay and back in one day. So yeah, buses are fine if you stay overnight at Halong Bay, which I recommend you do. Now, there's so much to say about the city of Hanoi, but I don't want to try and take on too much in one video, so today I'm sticking with Halong Bay. All I will say though is the people at our hotel in Hanoi were super friendly, and they helped us arrange all of this. I'm sure they were getting some kind of commission, but you know, we researched the prices by ourselves as well, and they were giving us a good deal. So we arranged for a bus to take us to Halong Bay, and when we got there, we met our guide who was going to take us on a boat, and we were going to stay overnight, one night on the boat in the middle of the bay and have a nice view, wake up in the morning and then come back to the coast. This wasn't a luxury boat, but it was still really nice. There were about 40 guests. It was a decent sized boat. You didn't feel cramped together, but at the same time, it was kind of small. The room that my wife and I had, if you opened our door, there was a very small walkway along the boat and the edge was right there. I clearly remember my wife blow drying her hair with the door open, and she was drying her hair whilst looking out at the view. I think I took a video of that. It was really funny to see her getting ready with that background. The staff were great. The food they provided, again, considering the price, was very nice. They tried to make everybody happy. The trip was really nice socially. It was great interacting with the other guests on the boat, and we even met somebody who was from Japan, so my wife was able to speak a little bit of Japanese, which by this point she hadn't spoken for quite a long time, except for on video chat with her family, so that was really fun. Of course, you're meeting other travelers. We'd met some travelers that had come from Thailand, and this was their next stop, and we were going to Thailand soon, so it was great to share stories with them. And our guide as well, even though he was a member of staff, he did spend most of his time just kind of interacting and having a chat with us as well, so it really felt like he was just a guest as well. It was a really nice atmosphere. Pause! Question time. Question 1, the full answer is a little tricky, so pause the video if you need some extra time. Question 1, do I recommend taking the bus from Hanoi to Halong Bay? Yes, I do, as long as you are staying for more than one day at Halong Bay. I don't recommend going there and back in one day, because that takes 4 to 5 hours each way. You're not going to have any time at the bay. Question 2, what do I remember my wife doing with a nice view? That sounded a bit weird. She was drying her hair with a lovely view of the islands. Question 3, why did our guide seem like a guest? Because he was just chatting with us most of the time. So on this one night boat trip, we were able to do lots of different activities. Some of them were great. Firstly, fishing. Let's get this one out of the way. That wasn't really a real activity, I don't think. It was just kind of a time-wasting activity. We were told that you could go, was it crab fishing or some kind of fish you could try to catch. We were given these rods that were just poles, line, a little hook, not even any bait or anything on the end of it, and apparently some people were lucky, not on this trip, on a different trip, convenient, and you just threw in your hook and hoped to catch something. I feel like this activity was just added so that there were lots of activities on their list for their poster. I don't know. Next was caving. Our boat stopped at one of the bigger-ish islands, don't say bigger-ish, and we pulled up and went inside, and we were able to go actually inside where it was dark. We had these lights showing us the way around. It was only for an hour or so, but really cool. We got to see an oyster farm where they are collecting the pearls from the oysters. It was pretty interesting. They were explaining the process of how they take them out really carefully. There were like people dressed up like scientists, you know, small tweezers trying to take them out. Then we went kayaking, which for me, this was the best part. We went in these little kayaks. They told us you had about 30 minutes or so to just go out into open water, look around some of the islands that are close by. Yeah, you were free to just have a look around with your partner, whoever. We were able to kayak so close to some of the islands. How the islands had these really sudden cliffs going up. You could just look up and, you know, see how tall they were. And seeing that view from a little kayak compared to being on a boat was a really nice view. So those were the activities on the boat. How was Halong Bay overall? It was really, really beautiful. I was told, I'd heard some kind of reviews online that the water around Halong Bay wasn't clean and that it was quite dirty. It's not the cleanest ocean I've seen, but it wasn't so bad that it spoilt the view. It was fine. Can you find nicer, crystal clear oceans? Yeah, you can, but you know, it didn't feel dirty. And the view of the islands, if you've never seen anything like that, the islands are very suddenly rising and falling. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you go. It was a really, really nice view. So yes, if you go to Vietnam, I recommend Hanoi, and if you're going to Hanoi, then I highly recommend going to the Halong Bay as well. I'm sure there are lots of different ways to see the bay compared to what we did, some with higher budgets, lower budgets. I'm sure there's lots of different options out there. First question, why was the fishing activity not very good? Because there was no bait to use on the hook and it seemed impossible to catch anything. Question 2, which activity did I enjoy the best? It was the kayaking. Question 3, true or false, the water was dirty? No, I would say false. It wasn't the clearest water I've ever seen, but I didn't describe it as dirty. False. So that's it. A little story about Halong Bay. How well did you do with your listening skills today? Please let me know in the comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answers right. Please let me know. If you didn't do quite as well as you hoped, then there is a list of keywords and phrases in the description below. Click on them, watch that bit again. If you like this video, please show some love. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.